Happy to see you all in this session again. Today, let's learn the summary of the poem Preteen Pretext. Preteen Pretext is all about the day-to-day life of a teenager. Right? Let's get into the poem. In this poem, we see that a mother of a teenage girl is telling about her daughter. Come, let's get started. On to the first stanza. That is, in poems, generally the paragraphs are called stanzas. Right? So let's get into the first stanza. My teeny bopper has a phone. That means my teenage girl has a phone. She never is alone, means she is never alone at all. Why is she not alone? Yes, because she has a phone to give her company. Right? It beeps and jitters day and night. Beeps means gives that small sounds. Generally when there are text messages, you get that sound. Yeah, so that is a beeping. It beeps and jitters. Jitters means it vibrates. Generally when there is text and all coming, it vibrates. Day and night. Day and night means throughout the day as well as the night. Emitting tiny bluish light. Emitting tiny bluish light means whenever the phone is switched on, you get a bluish light, right? So that is emitting tiny bluish light. That means whole day the girl is busy with her cell phone. Right? Let's move to the second stanza. Her ringtone is the latest rage. So whatever is the latest rage, latest movie song, latest music release, that she keeps as her ringtone. As other preteens text and page, one-liner messages appear that make her grin from ear to ear. So as her other preteens means other teenage friends, when they text to her, give message to her, immediately the one-line message appears on her screen. And looking at those messages, she immediately smiles. Grin means smiles. Ear to ear means from one ear to another ear. That means such a broad smile she gives looking at those messages. Right? On to the third stanza. The latest crisis, who likes whom? The rock star with the best perfume. Such weight matters cause her thrill and elevate our monthly bill. That is latest crisis means what is the talk of the town? What are the gossips going on? That is the latest crisis. Who likes whom? That is the gossips of the movies, films, heroes, heroines and neighbors, all this, what's going on in the locality, all that is who likes whom. The rock star with the best perfume. That means it's not about perfume, the costume of the new actor, the trend of the day, which dress is of the trendy day, which color is best. All these are called that is the very jolly things. The things which teenagers like to share. There's colorful things, right? The rock star with the best perfume. Such weight matters cause her thrill. All these things make her get thrilled. She's very happy to hear or to speak about such things, such glittery things, such happy things. Okay. And elevate our monthly bill. That is when the bill is postpaid. That is after speaking in the phone, the bill comes and then they have to pay the bill. So that is one system that is called postpaid bill. So when this girl keeps on talking for a long time, automatically the bill is also bill amount is also high. That is elevate means increase. The monthly bill is also increasing day by day because she is using the phone for a long time. And yet the silver lining glows, for we have never come to blows. I never have to raise my voice because I have a high-tech choice. The mother says, yes, of course, though these things are there, that is, there's a proverb in English, every dark cloud has a silver lining. That is, before the rain, the dark clouds come. And behind that, if there is a sun, there is a silver lining to the dark cloud. Okay, that means it actually defines that when there is something very dark, very bad thing happening, there is always a ray of hope. That is what that proverb implies. So here what she says, yet the silver lining glows, means though my girl is very busy with her phone and she is much with her friends chatting and texting, there is always a silver line, there is always a good thing from that also. That is, we have never come to blows, we have never quarreled, or I have never scolded her for all these things. I never have to raise my voice. I need not raise my voice or shout at her, scold. All those things are not required. I have a high-tech choice. I have another technique of talking to my girl, of speaking to my girl. If school assignments pile sky high, I exhale with a weighty sigh. So what the mother says is, when the girl is completely busy with her friends chatting, gossiping and all the same, naturally she can't do her assignments or homeworks or project works, right? So all that get accumulated. So and they are accumulated, naturally what happens is they are pile high. Pile high means like a mountain, like a pyramid shape. Like when you keep on pouring flour and all, they come like a pyramid shape, like a mountain shape, right? So pile high means they are accumulated. Naturally when they are accumulated, they are too much, right? So if school assignments pile sky high, that is not full sky, when there are much assignments which are not completed, incomplete works are there, I exhale with a weighty sigh. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Exhale means I take a brief sigh. That is, I take a deep breath with a weighty sigh. Okay, like every modern mom who cares, I simply telephone upstairs, just like any other modern mom who cares for her daughter. The same way, I too show my care and concern towards my daughter by just calling her, telephoning her, calling her upstairs. That is, she is sitting upstairs. You can see that in the picture. The girl is sitting upstairs. All I have to do is, I have to call her upstairs. That's what she is doing in the picture. When chores demand her energies, I simply text her asking please. No alibis or missing word, because it's clear that she has heard. So whenever the mother requires the daughter's help for cleaning the house, maybe for doing the household works, chores means household works, when the mother needs the daughter's help, all the mother does is, she just texts only one word. What is that? Please. And you know the daughter is always busy with the phone. The daughter cannot say that she did not see the text. She cannot ignore, she cannot escape. So automatically the daughter comes and responds. She helps the mother in her household work. And if my daughter goes outside to visit friends, whenever the daughter is going outside to visit her friends, both far and wide, maybe how much ever far away she goes, her curfew is easy to enforce with her new cellular resource. Curfew means the restrictions. You have to do this much. You have to come in time to home. That is a curfew here. So when the mother wants to tell her to return home in time, so immediately the mother has a choice. She has an option wherein she can connect to her daughter. What is that? Yes, it is a cell phone. So immediately the mother calls the girl and the girl also responds. She is also back home in time. The beeping tether holds her close while helping her feel grandiose. So this beeping tether, this is nothing but the cell phone. It holds her close. It is always close to her. That is, she always takes it in her fist. So it's always there with her. So it is very close to her, which while helping her feel grandiose means it makes her feel very strong and very much energetic, boosted. If separation ever occurs, my speed dial links my heart to hers. So the mother says, if at all, by chance, any time, my daughter and the cell phone are separated. That means my daughter keeps aside the cell phone. Immediately I get connected to her. That means I am eagerly waiting for the moment when my daughter is away from her cell phone, so that I can connect to her. Our handy cell phones help us out. Convenient, easy, with no doubt. So what the mother says is, of course, cell phone are the biggest or the most wonderful of all the inventions, because they are very convenient, very easy to communicate. We can talk to the people at any time, from any distance. So they are the most convenient one. Yes, certainly they have their place. Certainly means definitely, surely they have their place. For sure they have their place. That means they are very much wonderful inventions. But can't we talk once face to face? The mother says, yes, of course they are good. They are good for communication. But what about our face to face communication? Can't we spend some time together? Can't we look at our face and talk to each other? Why should we always be texting, or why should we always be speaking in the phone? Why can't we sit together, look at each other, express our emotions, feelings, laugh together, chat together? All this can also occur, right? So in this poem, what we see is the mother is happy that her daughter is busy with her phone, yet she is not happy because she is unable to spend time with her daughter. So mobile phones are the boons which have made communication easier, made collecting information very easier, and getting connected through long distances very easier. As a girl, when she goes out with her friends, the mother gets easily connected to the girl. The mother need not be tensed. Right, and when the mother needed help, immediately the mother could text and immediately the girl could respond. But it's taking away the time that people are spending time together. So in this poem we learn that using the mobiles are essential, important, necessary, yet spending time with people is more important than that. So let's use mobile phones only when they are required, essential and inevitable, and rest of the time we'll have a face-to-face communication with each other. Hope you all understood the meaning of this poem. Thank you, children, and please do comment and let me know how the summary was. Thank you and have a wonderful day.